and recording. So I'm going to revisit Dimmu Borgir. I previously listened to Gateways, and it was fantastic. It was the live version over in Germany. So I keep calling the festival Wacken, but that was before I knew it was in Germany. So I'm assuming it's Wacken, but that's neither here nor there. This next song is from the same concert from the same year, so 2012, a song called Morning Palace. So they should still have the orchestra behind them, which like added so much like depth to the sound.
Fuck yeah, this is an amazing experience. Thank you so much for sticking out to see Dimmu tonight.
Thank you! This will be our last song for tonight.
Nice. Closer.
But before we go, please give it the Czech National Symphonic Orchestra and a big fucking applause.
Let me hear you! Also a big applause for Skolan Konturen Choir. Let me hear it! This will be the last song for tonight.
And remember, next year, Dimmu Borgir celebrates 20 years of existence.
Thank you for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show. This next one is the giant show, The Mourning Palace. Come on, let me hear you.
I didn't want to pause it because he just transitioned. This song sounds better with the orchestral with the orchestra than Gateways. I think like this one lends itself more to having that backing because there's more space in the song. And I've answered my own question from the previous video where I was wondering if the people who are in the orchestra, if they actually like listen to this kind of music or if this is just a job that they were hired to. And the cameraman seems to have found a trumpet player that really, really loves this band. And they keep going back to him, which is the funniest thing in the world. There's also more people in the orchestra with the Dimmu Borgir kind of makeup. Last time I only noticed one person. This time I've noticed at least like 4 different people wearing it. So I'm assuming since this is the end of the concert, the cameraman has actually found the right people to actually like point out. But this is great so far. I think this concert series, or at least this concert here from 2012, may have spoiled me on Dimmu Borgir because they have the orchestra behind them, and then they also have that druid-clad, like singing orchestra behind them as well. So like everything about this is awesome. Fun fact: it's hard as hell to be a drummer and play with an orchestra because you, especially if you're like part of a band and you've never played with like an orchestral like backing, because they do everything exactly on time. So as a drummer in a rock band, sometimes you get carried away with the emotion and the speed, the tempo fluctuates a little bit here and there. With this kind of backing, you have to be exactly on the money every single time, the entire time for the whole concert. So it's impressive whenever a band is able to do something like this, and the drummer like goes nonstop, no problem, great quality the entire time. This particular song, "Morning Palace," there was a lot of open space in the construction of it, which is why the backing sounded so great alongside it. There was the fast drumming, there was the chugging riffs here and there, but like it all fit into place really, really well. And the guy's voice, like, I really love it. Like, I wouldn't think I would, based off of how the approach to every lyric seems to be very similar. Like the same kind of like guttural low end. Um, it's not really a growl or a yell, but it seems to be like on one spectrum. So you would think that would get old, but it didn't. The last song, Gateways, there was a female singer alongside them. I don't know if she was part of the band or if she was just a special guest, but when it was the dueling voices for that song, I enjoyed that a lot. But I didn't necessarily miss it in this one. I think the next one of theirs I do is just gonna have to be them, just the band, whether it's a studio recording or if it's a different live performance without the extra backing. Like I said, this has probably spoiled me. Like like I can't imagine listening to them now without that. But this was the right amount of darkness, the right amount of heaviness, but also the right amount of lightness with the orchestral backing. Like it's a nice mix. Like this worked really well. It's like the first time you hear or watch Metallica S&M, there are some songs that just work really well with like violins and cellos and stuff. Some not so much. Like anything off of Load, it sucked. But like Call of Cthulhu, oof. So I think the same thing is true with this band. Like the songs that they chose, or at least the songs that I've heard so far, the two, um, they picked the right ones, and they sound so good. So, give me a suggestion for a song to listen to without the backing. If I'm just going to actually focus on the band exclusively, and I'm curious if it's going to become darker or if it's going to get heavier or if it's going to have the same kind of feel. Huh.